it's me, Milo. I'm a human who plays video games, and I hope you're doing well. So, this month is No Platformer November, and I decided one of the genres that that I've historically been bad at is fighting games. So, so a while ago, for last year actually, I was making up a list of fighting games that had all female casts, because that was the thing I was doing, and I'm still doing it part-time. It's trying to find good heroine-led games. So today is going to be, I was in the mood for something fast and frantic. I'm going to go through as many games with all female casts that I can in a short time and play a little bit of each. And I won't spend too long on any one of them. So the first one we've got here is, if you can read Japanese, Seifuku Densetsu, Pretty Fighter. So Seifuku it means sailor suit, outfit, and Densetsu means legend. So that refers to the kind of typical school uniforms that you see in anime a lot. You can see the main character here wearing one. Yeah, but not all the characters are in school uniforms. That is a common thing we might notice here going through some of these Japanese fighting games, is the use of school uniforms. It's just a common motif. But from the intro of this game, it seems like they're kind of going for a sort of Sailor Moon ripoff kind of thing, which you notice in the remake of this. Okay, I don't know what he just said, but yes, I'll talk about the remake in a bit. But first, let's pick a character. They're not giving us the names, but I think this character is Juri, who is voiced in the Saturn version by Rika Fukami, who is also the voice of Sailor Venus. So that kind of is somewhat of an indication that there's a Sailor Moon inspiration here. Wow, some of these skirts are very short, aren't they? Interesting. Okay, so who do we want? I'd like... oh, what happened? The game's not on the stream. Probably because I changed the thing. Hold on a second. Why am I so bad at this? Okay. Properties. Yep, this is all good. There we go. Yeah, it's the technical difficulties coming back again. I'm sorry. Because of the audio thing, I had to switch the emulators, and then it's a huge mess. I'm gonna try and sort that out before next week, hopefully. But that's okay. We hadn't really started the game yet. Why don't we just reboot to get you from the intro? Hey, yeah, sorry about that. So let me see. Seifuku Densetsu, 1994 on the SNES. A few years later, it was ported to the Saturn with extra stuff, as they tended to do. More characters, voices, cutscenes, and all that. I'm just playing the SNES version today to keep it simple. But yeah, I would like, if possible, anyone in chat to help me pick a character. So tell me who you like out of the roster. As we go through all the games today. I'm partial to this crouching person. I think they might have an interesting fighting style. Yeah, all the skirts. Pretty crazy short. Yeah. Alright, so that's what I'm leaning to. Any other objections? I'm not hearing anything. Okay, press A. Yes, alrighty. So this game was made by Genki Co. I wasn't familiar with a lot of their stuff, but I did notice one thing in their softography was Jade Cocoon on the PS2, and I know of that game already because it's one of the few video games with a Studio Ghibli connection, and not an official one, but some of the animators that worked at Ghibli contributed to that game. It's a monster battling and raising RPG. So I would guess that they did a lot of the character designs for the monsters and stuff. without knowing for sure. So yeah, that is Judy that we're fighting now. They do have these little grunt voice clips that we're hearing, but the Saturn version had more full voice acting. Cool, so there we go. Round 1 to me. I'm not sure how long exactly to spend on each game. Let me count up the ones that I've got today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me see. Quick maths. About 10 minus plus 2 hours is 120 minutes. So let's say 10 minutes on each, on average. So, oh, geez. The throws. She really came back in the second round here. I do like this character. She seems to have a lot of reach. I don't think it's fair that she has fireballs and I don't. Magic powers shouldn't be allowed. I don't even know why we're fighting, actually. Yeah, didn't look at the manual. It would be in Japanese anyway. Although perhaps the FMV intro might have given us some context. Come on, seriously. I did actually watch that one while doing a bit of research. So I know that the main character in the Seifuku... Oops. The intro is her coming in and beating up some bullies who are menacing someone, is basically it. And she has a transformation sequence, a la Sailor Moon. Yeah, that didn't go well, did it? Okay, well, it's the same fight again. Why don't we just stop there? Like I said, we've got lots to get through today, and I think some of them might take longer than others because I'm more interested in them. Alright, so number 2 on the list. Now be careful when searching up this game because most installments are very adult oriented. They contain content that is not suitable for children. This particular port, so this is VG or Variable Geo series. This port to the Super Nintendo Super VG, I believe, strips most of that out. So it's technically should be a family-friendly game, this port of it, but I'm just saying be careful if you want to find out more about this one. So this port is 1995 on the SNES, made by Giga and TGL. Don't know much about those companies, but they've done a few installments of this series. So this is a really weird kind of thing. The premise is that there's an all-woman fighting tournament, and the competitors are all sponsored by family restaurants or other kinds of restaurants. So they all work part-time as waitresses in addition to being fighters because they're all sponsored by a restaurant. I guess the only thing that's informing in this case is their outfits and their character designs, so that they can all look like waitresses, which is, I guess, kind of a a fetish thing. I read, that's just something I read. Okay, I've already earmarked this character to play as. Given said, I hope you verified that. Well, we'll see. Worst comes to worst, I can, edit the upload. Very few people watch live, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Yeah, jump right in. Why not? Normal mode. So here we can see all our competitors. I did like the lady with the claws. That's pretty cool. This one has kind of cat paws on. Some of them are actually wearing trousers. We do have the requisite bunny girl. Now I believe this is Ayako Yuki, and I know that she's actually gay because there's a later installment of the series that is a dating sim, and she gets left out because it's like about women going after men or something. That's what I read. That's just a little tidbit that I read. So why don't we get some LGBTQ plus representation on this stream, and we'll play as the lesbian character. the other thing I read about the character is that beneath her flashy exterior, she's very kind and, you know, volunteers at some kind of charity thing, something. Anyway, let's win this tournament, shall we? Ugh, no, my restaurant will be the best. Bunny girls go home. Ah! Oh yes, by the way, I'm really bad at fighting games. I will generally button mash to get through them. If this offends you, I apologize. But mostly I'm in it for surface level impressions and character designs and stuff. Because that's one thing I do really like about fighting games, is they're really distilled sort of showcases of character design, because that's basically all they have going for them in terms of aesthetics, right? Oops. And especially, you know, on the character select screen, you don't have anything to go on except for a picture of the character and what they look like. Unless you're invested in the fighting game scene, you know what games, and you know you've researched a game and what kind of systems it uses and what other games it's similar to. Actually, I wonder if there's an easy mode. I should check this on all the games I play today. Is there a mode I can turn down the AI? Game level. That might be it. Or that might be speed. We'll see. Okay, we'll give it one more go. And then, like I said, we have to keep moving. Gotta move on. Huh. I wonder if there's predetermined opponents. Again, we have a character with the magical power of fire. Well, maybe she just has flamethrowers hidden in her cuffs. Wah! Yeah, one of my favored techniques for approach is the jumping drop kick. Oh, nice throw. Me. Thanks, me. Oh! I'm so close. Come on. Just a bit more. Do the breakdance. Yeah, breakdance fighting. Hey. Who did breakdance fighting first? Was it that episode of The Simpsons or was it Zoolander? Alright, we're one round up. Oh, in the background you can see the Tower of the Sun. That's in Osaka. I've seen that. It's really cool. It was put there, I think, in the 50s for a sort of a World's Fair expedition. An expedition? An exploration? I think it's exposition. Expo. Yeah, that they were holding there. And they commissioned this giant sculpture and it's still there. You see it a lot in media set in Osaka. You actually see it in Evangelion vs. Shin Godzilla, the 3D, 4D Universal Studios experience ride movie thing. Where else do you see it? Oh, it's in another kaiju game. I think it's a SNES kaiju brawler like versus game. And you can roam through that park and you knock down castles and stuff, and you can also smash that, I think. What's that one called? Is it King of the Monsters? Ooh. From memory. Anyway, really cool to see that since I've been there this year, actually. No, it was last year. 2 years ago. Ignore me. Time has no meaning in this world, you know. Time is just a number. Not really. Time kind of governs all of human experience. Maybe there's a block button. That might help. Gibbon knows that thing too, the tower. Used to great narrative effect in 20th Century Boys. tell me more about how it's used in 20th Century Boys. I notice, if I could just rewind for a second, it has big cyber eyes that are blinking in this game, which I guess means that it's set in the future. I don't know. Don't really know, but we lost again, so why don't we go on to the next game? That was Super VG. Alright, what's next? Bishōjo Senshi Sailor Moon. I know that one. This one. Alright, so let me get that set up. Reset it real quick. Change the thing, because I always remember to change the thing. I thought the thing would be the same thing, but it was a different thing. That's why we lost 3 minutes of footage at the start of the video. Okay. Cool. Alright, so this is a Sailor Moon fighting game. Given says, that would require trying to explain 20th Century Boys. Okay, that sounds difficult. Oh yeah. Sailor Moon does have a bit of mild silhouette nudity, so be careful about that. This is quiet, so I'm turning that up. It's still very quiet. Okay, we'll deal with that. So, this game is called Bishōjo Senshi Sailor Moon Super S Zenin Sanka Shuyaku Sōdatsusen. So this is an update to a previous Sailor Moon fighting game on the SNES. The Zenin Sanka subtitle means everyone is here, more or less, like in that they added extra characters so that all of the Sailor Scouts are represented. Let's go story. So, help me pick a Sailor Scout. Oh, or maybe they're gonna lump me with Moon, maybe? Usagi? We'll see. There's a bit of a cutscene happening. Okay. I don't really know too much about these characters. I like Ponytail Girl, because she has brown hair, and I have brown hair. She's relatable. Okay. I'm sure this is important. Oh, more Sailor Scouts. What is going on? Gibbon summarizes 20th Century Boys as Think Earthbound, but written by Stephen King. Now I'm intrigued. So this game was released in 1996 on the Super Nintendo. It's made by Make Software and Monolith Corp. Sailor Moon, from what I could tell, has 4 different fighting games. Oh gosh. Why did I get to control setup suddenly? Yeah, we're stuck as Moon, it looks like. Super Sailor Moon, yeah. So this is like based on Phase X of the franchise, which had like an S or Super subtitle, something like that. So I heard this game is a bit like Street Fighter. Oh, more fire. All of my enemies today are using fire. It's just a common thing, I guess. Oops. Oh, brutal. Why is that doing so much damage? Oh man. Yeah, so from what I could tell, there's 4 different fighting games. 2 of them on the Super Nintendo. This is the second one, which, was, like I said, was an update of the existing one. There's also one on the Saturn and PlayStation, ported to both, and even one on the 3DO. And I didn't think the 3DO was really that popular, of course. Oh, I did a thing. It looks like she got extra health from winning that round, maybe. Yeah. Got to grab off. Nice. Oh, I have projectile powers too. That's very good. And I hit with one at point blank range. Perfect. So I am button mashing. Actually, I haven't tried the shoulder buttons. Oh no, too late. That fire snake got me. Sailor Mars win. Let me see. Well, if I can only pick Moon in the story mode, I'll try the versus mode so then I can pick someone else. Someone I want to pick. Yeah. Skip please. Thank you. 1P versus Com. Perfect. Ah, nice. Wow, look at this. Once again, I'm not sure who all these people are, but I like the brown hair, because why not? I used to have a ponytail too. I'm actually growing out my hair again, so I'll have a ponytail again soon. Let me see. We will fight against this lady with a wicked looking spear. Yoroshiku. Gibbon says there's a portion of 20th Century Boys set during what was the near future at the time of writing. Involves a recreation of that statue and the fair events surrounding it. Oh, that's cool. Good to know. Oh, Jupiter. Yeah, I had a feeling this was Jupiter. Why did I think that? I think actually Jupiter was added for this game. The original SNES release didn't have her. Maybe I don't want to just be up close all the time. How did I do the projectile before? Ugh! It's so much damage. Wow, she really kicks very high. Saturn. Wow, Jupiter is super tall. But hey, again, I am super tall. I find Jupiter very relatable. Come on, what's going on? I don't wear elbow gloves though, that's the only thing. Yeah. Oh. Done. No, I think I can block, yeah, like that. Oh, I still take a lot of damage from Chip. That's insane. Okay, so I'm particularly bad at this game. She got a perfect on me. You don't need to rub it in. Yikes. Whatever. Okay, let's do it again. Only this time, I'll fight someone who doesn't look as crazy. Strong. The smallest character. Yes, I am told you are small. This is going to go well, I'm sure. Oh wait, small characters are hard to hit because they're low to the ground. My high kick will do nothing! I forgot. I should have known. I think probably the fighting game that for some reason I'm most familiar with is Melty Blood. Just because I had a friend who played it constantly on his laptop at university. Chibi Moon. There's a Chibi Moon? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm betraying my ignorance here, but I thought that they were all just planets. There's apparently a small version of Moon as well. Yeah, there was a joke character who was a little cat. A humanoid cat, but cat size, in Melty Blood, and very difficult to hit because she was so short. I think Roll in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the same sort of thing. Because she's so small, she can dodge a lot of things just by them going over her head. But yeah, this cat had eye lasers and stuff. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, Gibbon all on board for the Melty Blood here. That's awesome. Yeah, that's actually a really cool game. Yeah. What was I reading about just recently where there was a developer... Who was it? The developer of some of those Melty Blood games. I'm not sure what I was reading about, but anyway. Yeah, that's a pretty cool game. A lot of vampires and crazy stuff. Is Helios playable or only on the continue screen? Which one is Helios, Gibbon? Melty Blood is part of the Type Moon franchise. Okay, you've already surpassed my knowledge of it. Don't know what Type Moon is. And Chibi Moon is Moon's daughter from the future. Huh. That's interesting. Isn't that how Fire Emblem Awakening works? So is one of these Helios, Gibbon? And I'll give her a go, otherwise I'll move on to the next game. He's saying, too bad Melty Blood isn't a thing anymore, really, since development is almost entirely focused on new Fate Stay titles, which are set in the same universe. Oh yeah, there is that connection. I remember Turner trying to explain that to me, I think. Yeah. I think he played a strategy game as well, which was Fate. Helios is the unicorn with the gem in its forehead, and he turns into a human guy form and is Chibi Moon's boyfriend, sort of. Okay, this is getting really complicated. I didn't know you were so deep into Sailor Moon lore, but obviously no. Helios is not here. By virtue of the fact that I'm playing this game in this stream, the roster and the cast is completely female. But anyway, yeah, sorry about that. No Helios. Okay, let's finish up there, because we've got a lot more to get through. Oh boy, oh, not this one. All right. So we've been looking at a few Japanese type ones, very anime style, very particular character designs and so on. But now we're coming to the West with an American game. And as with a lot of American games of this particular era, which is the mid to late 90s, it is 100% a Mortal Kombat clone. So let me just pull this up. Okay, you should be seeing this now. I can increase the size of this for myself. I shouldn't make too much difference for you. Okay. Atlantean Interactive Games is the publisher. I'm noticing some flickering on my screen. That's probably going to come through, but who cares? This is not going to last long, and I'll show you why. Developed by Phantom Card. Yes, some very crude humor with a farting card on the title screen. This game is called Catfight, subtitled The Ultimate Female Fighting Game. Oh, that's right. Why am I using my controller? This is a PC game. No. I need options. Oh yeah. Despite the intense speed of the spinning on the front title screen, there's actually a big pause between each cycling through those options. Anyway, so I'm going to turn this to slow-mo, and you'll see why in a second. Because even at slow-mo, I couldn't get this game running at anything less than super turbo warp speed. But anyway, we'll just play it. So yeah, this is a Mortal Kombat clone, and I guess first I'll pick this character who is basically the Raiden of the game. She is a goddess of fire. The story is there's two rival goddesses who are fighting, and it's not really important, but... and... yeah, that's why this isn't really that playable. It just runs at super fast speed. Yeah. Gibbon has watched all of Sailor Moon, but it's been years. If I've heard of Tsukihime, Melty Blood was a spin-off of those. And Fate Stay Night and its sequels is a sister series that shares characters. Yes, this is super incredibly Mortal Kombat. Like, it's very shameless. In fact, for my interesting fact of this game, I've tried to write one interesting fact for each game that I'm playing today. This character that I've highlighted, P1, with the sort of lines on her face... oh wait, no, it's this one down here. The lines on the face is the assassin character who works for the evil goddess. I think it's this one. It's a ninja character who is portrayed via the motion capture or like image capture and all that kind of thing, the same way that they do Mortal Kombat. They take photos of real people and then they digitize them into sprites. This character is played by Katalin Zamir, who played Kitana, Mylena, and Jade, who are all color swaps in Mario. It's MK2. I just was about to say Mario Kart. No, it's Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, so just like Johnny Cage's actor shilling for a rival Mortal Kombat clone, other actors went and did other ones as well. So Zamir went and worked for this one as well. And there's also things with lawsuits. A few of the actors were suing for royalties to the game and stuff like that. But a few of them apparently, went off and did other projects in a similar vein. But anyway, I'll show you what gameplay with her is like. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? Oh, I think I was winning for a second there. No, I wasn't. Yeah. So there is a direct Mortal Kombat connection, which I find interesting. That didn't go so well. I want to try out this. Out of all of the designs, I think I like this one better. She's got claws! Wow. Everyone kind of has the leotard look going on. Or at least a lot of them do. Yeah, that didn't go so well, did it now? Ooh, we're at Stonehenge. Oh! I almost won that round, I can't believe it. Oh yeah, a few characters have this torpedo attack, I noticed. Like Raiden does in Mortal Kombat. Whoops, shouldn't have continued. Anyway, I don't think I can play much more of this. But yes, indeed, very shameless. And I'm not very keen on the name either, playing up the negative connotations for women fighting. Yeah, I've said all I need to say about this, so let's play something else. That was Catfight. I think it was actually more entertaining than it would have been because of the stupid game speed. Alright, okay, so this is the one I'm most looking forward to today, which is why I put the box art, or at least artwork associated with the game, on the left side of the screen. So this is Tōki Denshō, Angel Eyes. And I changed the window over, so you should be seeing this in a second. PlayStation 1, so we're back to Japan. A lot of the games today are Japanese. There were a couple of other ones that are Western, but I'm not going to be playing them for one reason or another. For example, Bikini Karate Babes, which is sort of satirical, but still has a lot of nudity and near nudity. Let me see. The other Western one that I've written down here is Metal and Lace, The Battle of the Robo Babes. Although actually, no, that's not Western. That's like a localization and enhancement for an existing Japanese game, so never mind. That one also has adult content, so we're gonna skip that. Rumble Roses, I think, was Western, maybe. There are a couple of wrestling games that are Western, but yeah, I'm trying to steer away from overly sexualized content here, in general and on this stream. Oh, of course, Them's Fightin' Herds is a really interesting one that is Western developed, I believe. It started as a My Little Pony Doujin fighting game, but they reskinned it to remove the license and they're redeveloping it with new characters, but that's really cool. Alright, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, Gibbon says the art looks familiar, but it might just be the style. I didn't look up who was the artist behind it, but the developer is Tecmo, known for the Dead or Alive series. Unlike that series, which has many installments, this one's a bit of a dead end, unfortunately. It was released in 1996 on the arcade and PlayStation. The versions are pretty similar. There's a bit more animation on the winning screens in arcade, but otherwise not much difference. So, as I cycle through, you should get a little hint of the main hook of the game's graphics. So, half the cast is hand-drawn pixel art animated style, and the other half, oh, it's auto-picked me because my time ran out. That's a really arcade convention that doesn't need to be on the console port. I'm sorry. Okay, so we don't even see it in this match, but half of the cast is, like I said, in this kind of style, but the other half is like pre-rendered 3D. Wow, the animation's really good and smooth. You can tell that these people knew what they were doing. Yeah, but the like graphics. Sorry. Yeah, the interesting thing is how they match these two styles against each other. Oh my god. They got a Japanese voice actor speaking in English there. It's pretty funny. Wow, actually won. How about that? But it's with a character I didn't technically pick, so I'm gonna try and quit out and actually look at the characters a bit more. Because we still haven't got this disconnect thing happening. You really need to see the two types of characters fighting each other. Why don't we just go a versus battle? Versus comp. So hopefully I should be able to pick my opponent here. Oh jeez, now we only got the tiny little, yeah. Oh yeah, there's lots of unlockables apparently. Some of them new to the console port. I don't know who's who now. Jeez. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's two hand art characters again. Alright. We're going to reset real quick. I don't think I'm able to do rewind function on the PlayStation emulator. Oh, there's also story. That's probably going to lump me with the protagonist character, isn't it? Okay. Oh yeah, the story. The story is that in heaven there's a bunch of angels who are fighting to become a better kind of angel, and they pick avatars on Earth to represent them. So yeah, you can sort of see in the portraits how some of them are pre-rendered style and some of them aren't. But I also need to pick a character that I like. That's the whole idea. Oh, okay, she'll do. I was gonna pick the biker, but that damn timer, man. Okay. Oh jeez. Oh no, we've versed her before. I don't actually like her. Yeah, the differing art styles. It's really interesting and weird and a fun kind of gimmick that nobody's really done before. Okay, I don't need this. Let's just do arcade mode. It'll give us one more chance to look at the characters. And pick one, you know? Okay. Okay, I want to be the biker. Yes, okay, we're fighting a pre-rendered character. So now you can see how the two styles clash with each other. I like how every match starts with you sort of jumping into each other. It's sort of like a basketball game where the ball's lobbed up and it's an active start rather than just standing apart and going, okay, now go. So yeah, look at this. Okay, she's flashing a lot, so it's a bit harder to see her character design, but it's just a really fascinating choice. Nice. The pre-rendered characters even have like fewer animation frames, so it seems like they're a different frame rate, you know? Wow, these rounds are really short. If you get a good combo in, it can be over really quickly. I like her scarf, H-star. But you could do your zip up a little. I mean, come on. Please. Cool. Another Pixels versus pre-rendered. Let's do it. I wonder if I have a projectile. Quarter circle, boom, bam. What was that? Ooh, I have like a dash charge thing. That's cool. So that's block? No. Back is block. Oh, more fire! All my enemies have the fire. Okay, I don't know how to do emotion. My bar is full, but I don't know how to activate it. It's usually like hit all the shoulder buttons at once, right? How about hit all the face buttons? Nope, it's not that. Wow, I don't know how I keep managing to win, but I'm happy about it. Oh, by the way, this is Tecmo Land, as you can see in the background sign there. Not a real place. Oh, whoa! I threw a giant spiky wheel! And I'm actually doing well. This is really cool. Alright. I hoped that this would happen because I like the whole visual gimmick they have going on, so I want to spend a bit more time in this game if I can. And show off some of the characters that we have available. So this one is a little girl with a teddy bear. Okay. Wait. Oh yeah, I thought that's what happened. The limbs stretch out. That's pretty interesting. That's cool. I did an air throw and completely failed to capitalize on it. I instead threw a wheel. Yes, the throw. Yeah. So of course the idea of this game was, at the time, 3D graphics were new and the hot thing, and a lot of fighting games were moving over to 3D graphics. So the idea was to have traditional 2D versus the new 3D style, even though what's actually in the game is sort of an approximation of 3D by using a pre-rendered sprite based on a model. But it still gets the idea across, I think, and makes for a really interesting kind of novelty and curio that was representative of the time very much. Because people these days are still making really well animated 2D fighting games, but 3D really has sort of taken over the mainstream, I guess. Whoa, okay. Although equally at the time there were a lot of pre-rendered games, like I was saying, Mortal Kombat. But I think the idea of this was to be referencing sort of Tekken and Virtua Fighter, which were the big, 3D model-based fighting games. I wonder if there were many Japanese pre-rendered games, because like Mortal Kombat was huge in the West, clearly. Don't think it really made its way over there too much. But I wonder if they had their own in Japan. I don't really know. They always fall for it. Ah. Oh wow. So that's the special move. She did like an angel thing, channeling the angel powers, and used some of her super bar. I still don't know how to do that. Oh, I actually lost 2 rounds. Yikes. Wait, is she a robot? She's got like a robot voice. Maybe all the pre-rendered characters are robots and that would explain it. I doubt it. I have a motorbike. I'm so cool. Wait, what? I just said continue, right? Oh well, let's pick a pre-rendered one now. I like Ninja Lady. Let's do her. Yeah, we've seen most of them at this point, except the little girl in the sport uniform and main character number 2 in the middle. So yeah, it's this type of fighting game where if you get a game over, you can continue with a different character, but come back on the same stage that you lost on. Ninja time. Pow pow. Oh. 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 Wow. Okay. Button mashing time. Yeah, button mash, button mash, button mash. I like the dash, but I don't think it's an attack. I think it's just to get you closer. It's an approach. Guard cancel? How dare you? I think there's a parry button. What does this one do? Okay, L2 and R2 do nothing. I'm guessing this was based on a 6-button arcade game where you had 2 rows of 3 next to the stick. Yeah, there's like a metallic clang when I hit her block. I think she's a robot. Yes, I interrupted the super. Take that. Yeah. Cool ninja. How do I do a projectile? And that's good. Oh, blocking. Blocking is cheating, that's what I always say. You're not allowed to block. Very rude. If I mash as hard as I can, I'll do a special, I'm sure of it. Oh well. Dang. Something got a missile? Didn't show me any missiles. yeah. They all have sprite-based artwork for them, apparently. Which undercuts that whole thing a little bit. Alright, since we haven't seen her yet, I'll give her a quick go. Eka. But we still need to move on, I think. Soon-ish. Yeah, there's a few more to get to. Yes! Now I have the fire! Ha 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 ha. I'm sure I'll be unstoppable if I ever manage to do another fireball again. Wow. This character's very acrobatic. I guess they all are. Ah. Oh man. Whatever. Fire! I am the master of fire. This is cool. You know, okay, so basically my criteria for a fighting game that I'll enjoy is one that can make me feel like I'm pulling off a lot of cool stuff when in fact I'm just button mashing. So, is that a double KO? Yes! Nice. Did I fail? Yeah, I failed anyway. We both got a point from a draw. The coveted double KO, very rare. Oh, she's saying something about her programming. Alright, let's go back to my favorite, the biker. See if we can have one more go to try and beat this robot. Otherwise I'll play a different game next. But yeah, it's totally the game's responsibility to make me feel good by allowing button mashes to be cool. You know. It shouldn't be my shouldn't be on me to learn a game and get good at it in order to pull off actual good moves. No, that would be unreasonable. I think she knows the breakdance fighting. I'm not sure how I was picking different colors, by the way, but apparently that's possible. Yes, that went really well. She grabbed me. That's not fair. I'm gonna grab her. See, this is what you're totally not supposed to do in a fighting game. Let's go. I want to go pull off this move. I'm gonna go try and make that happen, because then you'll just get punished for it. You're supposed to be able to like react to what your opponent's doing and stuff, but I've never been good at that. Oh, nuts. Alright, so I guess that'll do for this, but yeah, this was the game I most wanted to show off, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. I almost included it in my stream of, like, I guess a few years back, where it was fighting games that have some unique visual style to them, where I played Rakuga Kids, and Play Fighter, and what was the other one? Slap Happy Rhythm Busters. So yeah, I really like what this game did with mixing the two different styles, pre-rendered and pixel art, and it makes it really stand out and really unique, really. Yeah, so that was Tōki Denshō Angel Eyes, but I'm not any better at that than any other fighting game, although it did a little bit to make me feel like I was, so I appreciate that. But we're gonna move on. So next, here's another game that had versions on the PlayStation, but the one I'm playing is on the Saturn, and I don't think I've played a Saturn game on stream before, but the Mednafan emulator should hold up pretty well for us. I think it's the same emulator that does PlayStation emulation, but anyway. So, what I'm playing now is Asuka 120% Burning Fest. Now, that is a title of a game, but there are many, many releases and revisions of that game. The version I'm playing is called Limited, and it's on the Saturn. It's the last iteration of the game that was made by the original developer, Fill-In Cafe, not including the unofficial extra revision that the employees did later on, which was called Limit Over. They went bankrupt shortly after this, and then the rights to the game were purchased by FamilySoft, and they put Success Corporation onto it to make new revisions to the game. Success actually has come up pretty recently because they also made Panorama Cotton, which I played last month. They also were behind the reboot of the Wrestle Angels series, so that's also tangentially related to today's theme. Female-based wrestling game. So, yeah, this is another... I'm going to skip that intro. It was going on very long and not getting to the point. But this is another game based on high school, school uniforms, etc. And just from these profile images, it seems like every one of these characters has a specialization of some subject or club at school. I'm not sure about these two, but she's a cheerleader. She's, I don't know, ribbon twirling. That's some kind of sport glove. I don't know, martial arts something. Don't know what that is. Baseball, clearly. She just looks like she's dressed as a miho or something. Okay, she's clearly a ninja. And tennis club. But I noticed that she's holding a test tube with some kind of orange stuff in it. Now, I hope that's not potassium dichromate, because you should really be really careful when handling that. At least wear some safety glasses and a lab coat, because that stuff is dead nasty. In fact, I think it can even, like, they say that's one of the many chemicals where they say that women of reproductive age shouldn't handle it because it can damage fertility and cause birth defects. But anyway, it's probably iron nitrate. Yeah, let's say that. Has to be fresh, of course. Wait, iron nitrate or iron sulfate? I always forget. There's a couple of iron things that are orange. Maybe it's just orange juice. So because I have a background in chemistry as well, I'm leaning towards this character to pick. I don't know her name because I can't read that kanji, but let's give it a go. So this is Asuka 120%. Let me see. What else do we know fill-in cafe for? Oh, she was wearing lab coat, but she took it off for this. Oh, wow. Oh, this is really very stylish. I like it. Very smooth animation. And yes, I have fireballs, so we've turned the tables again. When I control the fire, then I have the confidence. And yes, this looks like a gymnastics type person. She's got the leotard, she's got the ribbons. So what I know about this revision, the limited version, is it improved the game engine, and it also... Oh, my special meter has got up to 120%, hence the title, I suppose. Yeah, they also did a lot of new graphics for this revision, and the character sprites are larger than they were in previous installments, apparently. So yeah, I think the idea of this character is she is being very unsafe with her science, and thus causing fires, which engulf her opponents. I don't know. I guess if you have to do the violence, then chemistry is a good way to do it. Whatever. Yeah, so Fill-In Cafe, there's a tangential connection to a previous game I've done, because if you remember me playing Kendo Rage a while back, an action platformer, which also sort of had a school club theme. The main character was in the Kendo club, and the main rival was a badminton expert. So they didn't do the original game, but there was a sequel to the original platformer that was a fighting game. They didn't do that either. And I would have played the fighting game on stream, because, except that half the cast is actually male. There's a lot of weird and wacky characters in it, but they aren't all ladies, so too bad. Too bad for this stream, anyway. But what Fill-In Cafe did was the third installment in the series, Makeru na Makendo Z, which, unlike the previous two, was actually a Japanese-style role-playing game. You walk around and get into turn-based battles and such. Oh, nutso. And that's actually the second time that Makaru no Makendo has come up recently, because the character designer for Battle Golfer Yui also did characters for that series. And if you notice the similarity, they both... the designer seems to favor very long legs and short skirts. I don't think they worked on this one, though. You know what? For all I know, they might have. I didn't actually check the specific names in the credits. But yeah, we're not doing as well in this game as we did in Tōki Denshō, are we now? But I do like that I'm playing as a chemist. That's really cool. How many games let you be irresponsible with science? Actually, probably a lot. Yeah, that felt good. Did a throw and then followed it up with a punch. We're almost on par with health. If I mash hard enough, maybe I'll win. We'll see. Uh-oh. Yes, I interrupted her special with some fire. Uh-oh, not that one though. Man, I had a twirling ribbon when I was a kid as well. It was pretty cool. I never did any like training with it or anything, but it was fun to play with. It was rainbow colored, so there was a gradient over the whole course of it. Oh, she threw a flask of some kind there. It was either a volumetric flask or maybe an Erlenmeyer. I'm gonna try and do that again so I can see. Actually, no, I should take this round seriously because I've almost won. Uh-oh. Oh no, she blocked me. Countered me. No! She's even throwing like balls and little... What are they called? The little... you know those things that are shaped like maracas that you just twirl around? I don't know. Dang. I still am digging playing as a chemistry-based fighter. That's cool. That's really cool. How many chemicals, though, spontaneously burst into flame on contact with, I don't know, air? Not many. And if they do, they are not going to have them in the school. There's kind of laws about that for a reason, you know? Closest thing we would have would be liquid, metallic sodium, which we keep under oil storage. So, because it's highly reactive and flammable, and on contact with water, it spontaneously catches fire and explodes. And that's the basis of the demonstration that we use it for. But even the water vapor that's in air can react with it. There's something inside that fireball projectile that I wish I could identify. Oh, I'm so close. No, not again! Keep mashing, come on. The fire, the fire! Did it? Oh, no. She got me again. So now ribbons are my new nemesis. If anybody uses a ribbon. No, not bowling pins, but they look like bowling pins. I don't know what they're called, but they're little, you know, things that you will wave around in various gymnastics routines. Alright, so we won't continue with that, but I don't know, I'm not quite ready to pack this game in just yet. I feel like I should try at least one other character maybe. Or at least try a versus against somebody else. I can't help picking a science, you know? Science! Science! Alright, so who am I going to face off against this time? I want to know what that glove is all about. So what is your deal? I'm very pleased with how this is going. This is one of the very few times I've actually tried Saturn emulation. And I've had kind of dodgy experiences with it before, so I'm glad this is going so well. That's the Medna fan, I guess, that I can thank. So what are those gloves? They look like wicketkeeper gloves for cricket, really, but nothing else in her outfit suggests that. She's got knee pads on. And long socks and strange kind of shoes, but I don't know if that's part of her thing. Okay, she's got energy balls. It's very rude. Oh, nasty. It's got to be some kind of martial art, right? Maybe she does judo? Oh. Whatever she does, she's a tough opponent. Everyone seems to have a different kind of uniform. Maybe it's rival schools kind of thing. But I must stand up for Science Club! Yeah, that's definitely a volumetric. I think it even has a stopper in it. Although it appeared to be completely full. Which is not the point of a volumetric flask, it's people. Okay, I've run out of special, because I don't know how to use it. The names are written in hiragana now, so I can see that my character is Asuka. Probably the main character of that the series is named after, I guess. Kind of obvious when you think about it, considering she's the default pick on the character select screen. And my opponent is Shinobu. So, this game is hard. Yeah, you got me. You got me. Let me see. Time. What have we got coming up? I've got to have one more round as Science Girl. So who are we curious about? Baseball? Tennis? Don't know. No idea. I think I want to know what her deal is. Or maybe this one. There's some more mysterious gloves there that I'm interested in. Okay, we appear to be inside somewhere that has a wooden floor. Yes, disc access. Oh. Okay, this is definitely some kind of martial arts thing. She has a black belt. Man, this doesn't feel fair. Hahaha, take that. So I guess she's doing karate? Karate. Karate, mate. Could be another martial art. Let's try and read her movements. She seems to be using the elbow a bit. I don't know. The only martial art I ever did was Taekwondo, which uses a lot of kicks mostly, but there's some arm stuff like that. Oh yeah, that was a good hit. Yeah. I wasn't too good at Taekwondo because you do need some leg flexibility, and that was a weakness for me. But it was fun to learn technique, different kinds of kicks. We even broke boards every now and then. It was sort of, your weekly sessions would be leading up to eventually a kind of test where you would do a routine, and then if you did well, you earned a new belt. And part of that would be memorizing a pattern of moves that you would run through. And then there's some... Was the board breaking part of a test, or... I don't remember. There was a bit of a free-form fight too that you would do, but... You know, you're not really fighting. Yeah, ranking katas, Gibbon says. Yeah. I don't know if they were called that in Taekwondo, because Taekwondo is Korean, but I don't remember. Okay, so that's enough of that. That was Asuka 120%, Burning Fest Limited. Although I think it's actually Asuka 120% Limited, Burning Fest Limited, for some reason. Alright, we have another one up next. Another big name, actually. So this one is by SNK. So we had Tecmo before with Tōki Denshō. I'm going through these roughly in chronological order, more or less. Although after this, we're transitioning to fully 3D games. So, SNK. Did I pick the thing? Did I do that already? Yes, I did. Sorry. Okay, Yume Kobo, the developer. They worked on a bunch of King of Fighters stuff for SNK. They also did the Athena reboot that's in 3D. Reboot of sorts. So yeah, this is blah blah blah, there's a fighting tournament, whatever. It's kind of a crossover between the different SNK fighting series, although King of Fighters was already a crossover, wasn't it? But they also have the Last Blade, there's a character from Last Blade and a few characters from Samurai Showdown. In this, SNK Gals Fighters from 2000 for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Press A button. I will do that. If I can figure out which one the A button is. Okay, Queen of Fighters mode. Yes, that'll be the main story mode. So, Mai Shiranui, very famous. Yuri, I don't know who that is. Athena, she had like an arcade action game, which I've considered playing, but usually pass over because of her skimpy bikini armor, which I'm against. I like to show off her own characters that are sensibly dressed, if I can. But yeah, Athena migrated into the King of Fighters series, and like I said, she got a reboot. There's a new version of her, etc., etc. Leona, Akari, Shiki, Shermi, and Nakoruru. So which one of these was from... I think Shiki was from Last Blade. The ones with weapons are probably from Samurai Showdown. There were a lot of names, okay, when I was reading stuff for the research. No, okay, so Akari is from Last Blade, I'm pretty sure. You know, I don't remember. Anyway, who shall we pick? Shiki reminds me of... what was her name in Order of Ecclesia? Castlevania? Shinoa. Because she has that big back tattoo. So let's pick her, and if we fail, we'll go with Athena. Just because I've heard of her from other things. No, I not need item. You can't possibly win. We'll see about that. You're probably right. So yeah, this is very cute. I think it's a Neo Geo Pocket Color thing that characters have limited color options per sprite. But still, they've managed to make it look very well animated. This was sort of a contemporary of the Game Boy Color, this system, and has similar-ish capabilities, I guess. Oh, that thing. I know that thing. When I was researching Slam Dunk Kong and looking at the special moves that exist in the King of Fighters series, that's the basic kind of projectile that's their equivalent of a Hadouken. Because one of the boss characters in Slam Dunk Kong uses a Hadouken, and I was like, okay, but maybe it's a King of Fighters thing, because otherwise his design is very much like Terry Bogard's, and he does the Earth Punch Shockwave thing that Terry does. But no, they don't have Hadouken motions because they were trying not to rip off Street Fighter too much. Anyway, Slam Dunk Kong certainly had no problem with ripping off Street Fighter. Dynamite? Rude. So we have some cartoon physics happening here. So yeah, this game, Gals Fighters, the idea is, you know, it's an all-female cast taken from different SNK fighting games. The main antagonist is somebody called Miss X, who is the one putting on the tournament. Spoilers! Turns out that Miss X is actually Iori from King of Fighters, who is a guy, but he's wearing a dress and pretending to be a woman in order to set up this all-woman fighting tournament for some reason. I don't know what the plot is. Oh, I got an item. Earrings. Great. Shobu! That's Bring It On in English. Wait a minute. Did this game get released in English? I didn't write that down. I kind of assume that most stuff I'm playing is Japan only, but I don't know. Let me see. I've got some box art over here. Oh yeah, that's an ESRB rating on it. So yeah, this was released in the US. And apparently I've got it set to easy, because even despite changing windows, my opponent was very passive right there. Oh, I have a Pico hammer. I did change the video over, didn't I? Can you see this, Gibbon? I'm getting worried because, again, the Twitch app is not letting me see the view of my stream like it usually does. Whoa, what was that? What was that? Okay, she can apparently be spat out by some kind of giant monster thing. Oh, nice. That's a cool little detail there. Little cutscenes during special moves if I use them as a finisher. It's cute. I'm impressed by this game. Also, much like Tōki Denshō, just by mashing, I am still able to do pretty well. So thank you, Gals Fighters. Oop. Cool. Yes, I am showing video. Excellent. Who is next? That's a really colorful splash screen, much more than the gameplay. I like that art. I'm just checking real quick the origins of these characters. So Shiki is from Samurai Shodown 64, and I was right about Akari, who I've just fought. She is from The Last Blade, which, by the way, I've never heard of. The Last Blade is an arcade fighting game, blah 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 blah, incorporates Japanese mythology, etc., etc. Okay, well, I feel enlightened. You get a Kyokugen Bop. Will I now? This is Yuri, who is from Art of Fighting 2. Oh, I like that. If I run fast, my legs turn into a spiral. Like Sonic the Hedgehog or something. Oh! That was a very big wind-up. I should have seen it coming. Yeah, I like how there's some cartoony logic here. When I do a kick, my foot grows in size. And so does hers. Yeah, it's cute. It's all part of that chibi, super deformed, kind of cartoonish style that they've got going on. And it works really well. More interesting to me than everything being realistic all the time. Yuri Sakazaki. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a Samurai Shodown on the 64, so there you go. That's where Shiki is from. So it looks like there's a kick button and a blade button, which would be punch, I guess, on anyone else, but I have swords, which makes me cooler than everybody else. Sword. Oh, ow. Okay. Oh, she always blocks my special. Lame. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I can roll. I really am Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, take that. Oh no. It's close. Cool. So, yeah, I guess connection with this one. There's another game I'm not playing today, but that is definitely on this list of all female fighting games. SNK did another one similar to this, kind of, in recent years. Actually, was it early this year or late last year? It's called, what is it called? SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. They even made up a new gender swap version of Terry Bogard for it. I should look up the roster for that, actually. So yeah, so brand new, relevant. Who's in that game? So Athena's in that one too. Leona, Mai, yeah, they're all popular. Oh, Miss X comes back, cool. Nakoruru and Shermie are in it as well. And Yuri, but not Shiki. Oh, too bad. My picked character is not there. Neither is Akari. I don't know a whole lot about SNK. Ah, here's my... Hopefully we get to see Athena during this story mode. I'm doing really well for some reason. Because the game's easy, I guess. That's good. I guess for the platform, you know, it's a more casual focused game, which is nice. Maybe skewing younger because of the art style that's cuter. Oh wait, maybe it's because they are targeting at girls and girls are bad at video games. Didn't you know that? Ask any executive and they'll tell you. Oh no, fire! She almost got me with the fire. My one weakness. Should have known. Well, either way, whatever. Oh, it's the Arc de Triomphe. That's nice. Is that where Mai lives? The very Japanese character in Paris. Is that normal? So, is Mai Shiranui like some kind of magical fox person? Or is that just her design? Oops. Take that. Gibbon has no idea, he says. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. Ah, I found a series that Gibbon does not follow, and neither do I. Yeah. I'll finish you in a flash. So this is Shermie. Oh. Too busy with her phone, I see. She must be a businesswoman. Only business people are constantly using their phones. You know, the other thing that helps is this is only a 2-button system. Whoops, what happened there? What's the time? Yeah, we could spend a little bit more on this. Since I'm blasting through the story mode so quickly, I'll keep going a little bit. Let me see if there's any other games I can mention. There's 3 Arcana Heart games that are all female. They're on recent console generations. Yeah, love that. Cool move. I don't know anything about Arcana Heart. Let me see. I got a lot of my information from a list on Giant Bomb, which was pretty helpful. Oh, a taunt. Jeez. Let me see. Yeah, Twinkle Heart was another one on the Wii. Very low production values. It's a huge crossover fighter between different characters from erotic video games, adult content. Although again, I watched a video and it wasn't clear to me that there was much of that content in this Twinkle Queen game itself, but I avoided it anyway. Let me see. I think I've mentioned most other things at this point. So here's Athena. We'll get to see what she looks like. Oh yeah, that's part of her thing. She transforms. I think, actually, not unlike Tōki Denshō, she's like a schoolgirl who then has the power of a goddess or something. I don't know for sure, I'm sorry. But Psycho Soldier is that old game that she's from, and that's one I've considered playing on stream before. There's other installments of it too, but... okay. Human shield attack, I see. Interesting. Ugh, rude. Ugh. Come on. Yes, one more hit. There's only one more game I need to mention from my larger list that I'm not playing today, but I'll wait until later to mention it because it relates to another one I'm playing later. But if you know any other fighting games with all-female cast, let me know. So I can add them to my own personal list for no reason. So I doubt I'll do a follow-up stream unless this goes long and I have to cut short some of my choices, but I'm pretty sure I'll get to them. Anyway, this looks like some kind of Southeast Asian palace. Maybe like Angkor Wat in Thailand? I like that. We're traveling all over the world in this game. It's kind of cute. Yeah, that's right. I won. How many more do I have to beat? Ooh. Voodoo. What? That's weird. Okay, Whip. Her name is Whip. Let me go back to my roster. She's from King of Fighters 99, apparently. There's a lot of King of Fighters games, by the way. Literally an annual franchise, because they were named after the year they were released in. For a while, anyway. They did stop that after a certain point. Oh no. Have I met my match? Maybe I have. Quick, button mash faster. Yes, Pico Hammer. I am Sonic I'm Amy, actually. Amy Rose. I've got the running legs. I've got the spin. Does Amy have a spin? Maybe not. She does in... Let me see. What game have I played Amy where she span? Sonic Dash 2 Sonic Boom. She has the hammer and she spins in that. Yeah, did you know there are actually 4 Sonic Boom games? Because there's one on smartphones that is a sequel to Sonic Dash, the Temple Run clone. Don't ask me why I've been playing all 3 Sonic Dash games, but I have. But she definitely can roll in that. I think when you play her in the Sonic Advance games, she doesn't do a spin dash because the hammer sort of replaces that. Ho ho ho, call me the cough. Okay, that was hard. Alright, I guess that's a natural stopping point to have failed our little tournament run there. So I had a lot of fun with that one, actually. Yeah, when I can manage to get some wins just by button mashing, like I said, that's my criterion. Alright, so like I said, we're now moving into the 3D era, although I've only got 2 games from them. We sort of represented it a little bit with Tōki Denshō. Here it is, had to find it. So I'll definitely change the window, because I always do that. Always remember, don't you know? Alright, so back on the PlayStation, and we're playing a 3D fighting game from 1997. It's called Super Marionette J Battle Sabers Gibbon. Have you heard of it? Yeah, so this is based on a manga and anime series called Super Marionette, and then there's a different suffix depending on which installment of the franchise it is. J was the original, and then there was R and X and V. Was it V? There was X and I and J2X. There's a bunch. Anyway, the idea is that human colonists have crash landed on an alien planet, but all the men died in the all the women died in the crash. So all the men repopulated using cloning, and then they made female robots. I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually taken directly from the TV show. It looks pretty decent. And so this, like, hapless protag Kun guy finds 3 female robots, and then he fights the 3 evil robots, which we just saw. And it's sort of a harem show as well, yes. They all love him, and he has to choose one, blah, 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 boring crap. Yeah, no, not to, insult you if you like that kind of thing, but it's kind of a trope that's been done to death, Given was about to say that he's never heard of this, but never mind. I've totally seen some of this, he says. But not for like 20 years or so, yes. This is, yeah, more than 20 years old now, I guess. But it had a lot of spin-offs, light novels, anime, etc., etc. I think that's the Hitler guy. Like, the main bad guy is kind of a Hitler analog. Yeah, yikes. Well, villain is the right role for Hitler, I guess, but yeah. So, in this game, we play as one of the female robot android thingies. and we pick between them. So there's the 3 heroines, the 3 villainesses, the villains, whatever. And there's also a new character that was made up just for this game, much like Danger Girl on the PlayStation, which I played. They had the comics spy team plus an extra one that they made up for the game. So I like that kind of thing. I might pick her, actually. Gibbon says he thinks he's got some fan-subbed VHSs of this at his parents' house. Oops, what happened? Oh, okay. Sorry, no. I don't want to pick Lime, I want to actually show who they are, so sorry. Just restart real quick, skip through this. Anyway, yeah, kind of a high-concept TV show. We saw most of the characters during that intro thing, but we'll see who we can play as. Yeah, CPU mode. I guess there's no story, you just play matches. So that's what we'll do. And we'll pick one of these robots. Lime is kind of the main character. Cherry is the cute one. Bloodberry is the tough one. Apple is the new one for the game, so I think I'll pick her first, but the evil villains, Tiger, Lux, and Panther. So they're based on German words for big cats. So Lux is sort of an approximation of the German word for lynx. So that's the naming scheme there. Okay, Apple. Be prepared for the in-game graphics to not completely 100% resemble... Oh, what happened? I pressed X instead of circle because I'm a Westerner. But in Japan, circle is accept. Okay. I should know that because I play my Vita, which is Japanese. Alright, let's do this. Like I said, in-game graphics, prepare yourself. Yes, that is what they look like. Okay, what? Apparently I'm picking a move. Okay, heat punch, deca punch, like big punch, high jump, banya. Don't know what that is. Deca kick, big kick, and heat kick. Okay, heat is good for me. Whenever I use fire, I win, so I'll use the heat kick and the heat punch. Yes, great. She's picked big punch and banya. Banya. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Chotto matta ne. Not sure who that character is. Yeah, so this the J portion of the franchise, the J part refers to which of the city-states on Terra 2 it takes place in, and J is based on Japan. So that's where a lot of the imagery comes from. Oh yeah, R I think is another one of them, and that's based on ancient Rome. And X is Xi'an, it's based on China. Yes, the fireworks. There is a heck of a lot of screaming in this game. I hope it's not too loud, actually. I'll turn it down a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of, let's say, voice work going into this. I don't mind Apple's design, though. It's pretty cool. She's got a little puncher. Yes, spam those fire punches and kicks. Okay, so I have 2 different kinds of punches and 2 kicks, it looks like. Oh, and a barrier? I don't know how I did that. Oh, I have 3. Whoa! Do the big uppercut! Oh man, I have to land one of these. Yes! Very satisfying. Okay, so this is a true 3D fighter. Ah, nuts. Much like Tekken, you can sidestep around things. Looks like. I don't know how though. Maybe I gotta use one of these buttons. Nope, I can't figure it out. Time to button mash. Cute. Yeah, baby. Oh! Oh, so when your super meter fills up, that's when you get a barrier for a bit. Ooh! Oh boy. So one of the things with the robots in this game is that they... Ah! Or in the series, I guess, is that robots aren't supposed to have emotions, but the ones that are the main characters do. That's part of the, like, mystery, I guess. Oh man. Her giant hands did me in. That's right. I read about this. So part of the gimmick of this game is the whole parts system, and you can pick different things, and it changes the character models. So because she chose Deka Punchy, she now has giant hands. No, I wanted to... Sorry, I shouldn't have continued. I want to actually see a different opponent character here. Yeah, so because it's all polygons and such, they can change the 3D models based on the options you pick. So that's cool. Why don't we give something else a try then? I'll still be Apple because I am keen on showing off this new addition to the franchise. But we'll pick some different parts this time. High jump. And let's see if we can figure out what Banya is supposed to be. Cute. So what do you remember from the series, given since you've actually seen it? And all I've done is read summaries of it online. Whoa! Okay, so I see what high jump does, I think. Let's try some of our moves there. Sort of a normal kick, yeah. And then we got this. Oh! She took me out before I'd even checked out my moves. How rude. So, but what does this do? Okay, that's like a, yep. And I've still got that. It looks like the move animations are pretty similar, but the effects of them are a little bit different if you choose the other different things. Okay, specials. I don't know if I have any, but... Oh, wow. I was able to teleport out of my uppercut animation and somehow land right back on the ground. Rude. Yeah, high jump's not that good. Still don't know what Banya is. Dukes. Wins. Dang. Given remembers nothing, just the characters basically. From what little I can recall, he says, it's pretty standard harem fare for the era though. My preferences from that generation were Tenchi and E Hazard. L Hazard, sorry. Alright, timer has run out. Let's do one more. Since just 3D games are so rare today in my stream, we'll have another go at this real quick. And then go to the final fighting game. But then I have a whole bunch of wrestling games. Oh, okay. Palette swap, that's fine, whatever. We'll go with big punch and kick so we get huge arms and legs this time. Deka punchy, deka kiku. Yeah, wrestling. Man, there are so many Japanese wrestling games based on, you know, the pro-resu Japanese circuits. There are so many. But anyway, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Oh my gosh, look at her feet. This is insane. Let's use those big boots. Come on. Oh yeah, we got the two screamers. Wait, what's the kick button? No, the kicks aren't too impressive, are they? The animations. Oh, come on. Stop it. Jump kick's okay. Oh, man. She bodied me. I like this track. Very upbeat. Alright, enough jumping. It's not getting me anywhere. Button mash time. Yeah, that's a cool move. Yeah! Ah, that didn't work. Yes. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. This would have been a good game for Robot Month, wouldn't it? Oh! Oh, it's over. Is Wrestle Kingdom a game? I don't actually have that on the list. That's the end. Alright, so that's it for Saber... What's it called? Saber Marionette J Battle Sabers. That was pretty cool. Nice and silly. But now we have something that sort of applies, but for various reasons may not be 100%. Oop! Sorry. May not be 100% female. So, up next I'm playing Warpath, Jurassic Park. Yes, it's a fighting game based on the Jurassic Park franchise, released after The Lost World, or... so the dinosaur choice is drawing from both of those movies. Now, the thing is, when I found out about this game, I was like, aha, I know a fact that all of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, the first movie and book, were created to be female so that they would not breed. They were genetically engineered to be so. So therefore, by default, any Jurassic Park game will have a majority of female characters represented among the dinosaurs. So the thing is that as the plot goes on, them substituting bullfrog DNA into the dinosaurs to make up the missing fragments of the genetic code gives them the unexpected ability to be able to change sex at will. So, hey, trans representation. But also, in the second film, of course, there are male dinosaurs living on Site B, Isla Sorna, because they're shown to be breeding in the wild, especially with the male and female Tyrannosaurus that are sort of the main, I guess, antagonists of the film, and by the end they bring the male T-Rex back to LA. But so this game isn't 100% all female because it's got some dinosaurs from Lost World and dinosaurs were able to become male, but still it's close enough and funny enough that I want to include it on this stream. So yeah, yes, I agree, they are very nice models, aren't they? I noticed that straight away, actually, looking at the menu screen just from the raptor that shows up there. But yeah, this is a pretty cool looking game. They've done well with it. And of course we're back in the West with this one. A break from our majority Japanese games. So let's go with arcade mode and see who we have available. Okay, so they've all been given nicknames. Acro, Giga, Raptor, T-Rex, Stiggy, Suko, Anki, and Styrak. I don't know what some of these are exactly, and certainly not all of them were present in either of the movies. I think they've added a few here. So of course T-Rex and Raptor are your main event. There's some unlockables as well. We don't have Triceratops or Pachycephalosaurus, unless that's what this is supposed to be. It's similar. Now I know that one of my favorites, Parasaurolophus, is not available in the game, but let's pick something unusual for a fighting game and pick a quadruped. So Styrak or Anki. We'll go with Anki. We'll maybe try a few options out as we go on. But yeah, we'll see how this works. Yeah, quadrupeds in fighting games is interesting. I know Amaterasu is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Suicune is in Pokken Fighter Tournament, whatever that's called. And let me see. Orca in Orcane Orcane in Rivals of Aether. That's all that comes to mind. I didn't... That was completely off the top of the dome. I should have thought about that more. Oh gosh. There's some very low resolution blood here, so... Warning, content warning for blood. This is fun and bombastic, yeah. I knew this would be wacky playing as dinosaurs, and yeah, this is not disappointing so far. Oh, I got a little crab walk going on. Haha, take that. Mace tail. Yeah. I knew Anki would be a good choice. Take that. Gibbon says, this is amazing. I wonder why I've never heard of it before. Yeah, I don't know. We've only heard of the things we've heard of, so it's no shame, but yeah, I'm glad I could at least show you something new that is interesting too. That's the whole point of the streams. Yeah, what's that other game where you're playing as giant monsters and dinosaurs and stuff? On the Super Nintendo, it's like Primal Rage, I think? Flawless. I button mashed my way to a perfect victory, that's right. Yeah, I knew Anki would be a good choice. Ankylosaurus. The extreme armor plating always made that an interesting dinosaur concept to me. Gibbon was telling me about Wrestle Kingdom. It's the Japanese wrestling scene's equivalent of WrestleMania, except it's all of the wrestling corporations doing a big week-long festival of matches instead of just one promotion doing one show. That's really interesting. That actually explains something that I will cover later on, but yeah, it's good that the different, what do they call them? The different companies, that they would cooperate like that instead of just being crazy rivals with each other. So you might have seen a goat wandering around. Apparently sometimes you can eat those to restore health. I guess Ankylosaurus wouldn't be able to because it's a herbivore. The T-Rex stomped... Oh no, the Gigasaurus, just Gigantosaurus I think is what it's actually called. Just stomped on that goat, man. But I like the environmental hazards before I was able to knock it into the electric fence to shock it. So that's interesting.
Battle 2.
Fight. So that's block. Whoa! Yeah, you definitely don't see anything like this in the movies. Even in Jurassic Park 3, when the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus fight, they're not flipping each other in the air and then doing a headbutt. Oh, that's rad. Oh no! It's gonna eat me! Should have been button mashing a bit more there, I think. This is really cool. Yeah, so many Jurassic Park games have you as a human just shooting countless dinosaurs and killing them, but having the dinosaurs fight each other is super cool. Like I said, that's maybe the best scene in all of Jurassic Park 3 is when those two dinosaurs fight each other. It doesn't make for the best Lego... I've been playing Jurassic Park Lego... What is it called? Lego Jurassic World, which includes all 4, at the time, films in the series. Oh, we're on the ship going to LA. That's cool. I think I read that they differentiate the two T-Rexes by having the brown one be... The male be brown and the female be green, but I'm not sure. In which case, if I'm right about that, then this is... an extra continuity fight, by which I mean not in continuity because the male one was the one on the boat, people. What was that? Do I have a taunt? I love that I could jump so high. It makes no sense. That dude went flying. He had no idea what was going on. You shouldn't be this close to fighting dinosaurs, guy. Run away! You maniac! All the humans in the Jurassic Park films are carrying the idiot ball at times. Given saying this makes him want another Primal Rage game. Yes, indeed. This is actually going really well. I wonder if I should keep going or maybe show off some of the other dinosaurs. But Ankylo's pretty nice. I'm still a little leery of declaring that my character is female, but heck, that's why I'm playing these games, isn't it? So why not? It's probably a female dinosaur. Beating back all these carnivores to protect her young, I'm sure. Because that is a common motivation for female animals in media. I've covered that before. Bash, bash. Knock it into the ocean, that's right. Although in this case the T-Rex is protecting her baby as well. That was the big plot point. But you know, it's a tough world out there in the animal kingdom. You gotta fight to survive. Alright, so we're back on the island apparently. Judging by this loading screen. The manual's supposed to tell you the full names of all these dinosaurs, I think. Oh no, we're still in LA and apparently somebody was a stowaway. Acro. Acro the Acrobat. No, that's Aero. Aero the Acrobat? Yeah, that's a video game. So I have a headbutt, a tail whip, and what's this one? More different headbutt. Or same? I don't know. There must be combos or something. Oof. Oh, my whole torso's been torn away. That's really rough. So we have battle damage on the dinosaur models here. That's interesting. And because I don't have a bite attack, I guess I can't feed on passing creatures. So yeah, playing a herbivore, it's hard mode, people. I learned that from playing Tokyo Jungle. As a deer or a rabbit or whatever. There were so many different animals in that game. That was a really fun game, actually. Playing in a post-apocalyptic, overgrown Tokyo, as many different animals trying to survive. Really silly and fun game. I wish I knew how to do special moves or something. Oh, no, don't bite me! Ah. Oh, I mashed out of it. I really should have been trying that before. Come on, just take one more hit, you jerk. Yeah, that's right. Boom! Yes, instant replay. Makes no sense. I wonder how long this mode is, actually. I want to try out a carnivore, at least. Yeah, time is running out, actually. Alright, I'm going to reboot. This is where Ankylo's story comes to an end, and we're going to pick one carnivore, do a little exhibition match, and then we're going to get to the pro wrestling portion, because there's a lot to get through. I hadn't been looking at the time. Oh, by the way, this is where I was going to bring up the last game that I had in my mind to mention, which is Skullgirls. So we'll do versus. Skullgirls is a game with predominantly female cast, but they did add some men, so boo. No Skullgirls today. Okay, so who should we pick? We've seen T-Rex and Raptor already. We've also seen Giga and Acro, so I don't know what this is, so let's pick that. Oh, that's not Suko, it's Sliko. Slikosaurus. And now I pick who I fight against. Oh, that's my handicap. Yes. What? Okay. What? Wait, no, what? How do I... Oh, versus is only 2 people. You have to be 2 people. 1 person against another person. So we'll go arcade. Right, I want to eat a goat. Come on, let me eat that goat. Oh cool, we will get to see the other quadruped. That's nice. But yeah, I'm surprised that they did such a good job with the graphics here. It's a far cry from the extremely blocky Saber Marionette J. Still blocky, but it looks good.
Battle 1.
Battle 1. Okay. So we got claws. Oh, nice. The clash. Goring me. Okay, so that's my bite. This is a 3D arena again. Ah, come back, man. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. Oh, there's like different directional. So if you're holding down, then you have a different attack. I should have experimented more with Ankylo. I was mashing too much. That's my block, by the way. Some dinosaurs blocking comes naturally, like the ones with the armor plating. Some of them just kind of go eh, and put their claws up. It's not exactly so convincing. Alright, I lost one. Let's have another go. Haha, take that. Oh. Yes! Eat! Eat! Oh. Oh! Oh, that poor crate. Time to crate, by the way. Very low. I should point out time to crate more often in my games that I play. Eat! Eat! Nope, didn't get it. Oh! This thing is my match. Oh, destroyed. Wait, what? Get this thing cleaned up. This is just happening spontaneously, right? InGen employees aren't arranging this. Alright, so that's it for the fighting games. We saw a lot of crazy stuff, but now we've got a few wrestling games to play, so let's get on with that. So, as Gibbon was implying, there's a lot of different wrestling leagues or companies in Japan, and some of these games use one license, some use another. There's even one that I unfortunately couldn't find a ROM for that does a crossover between 2 of the major ones, but we'll get to all that. To start with, we're going to play something on the Mega Drive. Sega. Cutie Suzuki no Ringside Angel. So Cutie Suzuki is an existing personality in the what is it? I didn't actually know which league she's in, but she's a real person. Presumably the other people in here are also real. I didn't do enough research to be able to tell you for sure, but yes, there's a lot of different in these games you'll find that they do often get real likenesses, or they will have thinly veiled references to real people. But anyway, 1 player. Welcome to the exciting world. Please select player. That's cycling very slowly. But yeah, we're going to have to pick someone here. There's some cool personalities. Oh, actually, you can see some of them on the right side of the screen is the cover art for the next game that I'm playing, Fire Pro Joshi All-Star Dream Slam, where you can see some of the real-life people. I think I'm going to go with Scary Lady. Megadeth Saito. Okay. Yes. She's got Kiss makeup, as in Kiss the Band. I think she's the one who bites the chain. That's pretty good. You can sort of see that in that little portrait animation. Okay, it's a tournament. The AI will battle it out and show us who won. So this is our match. Megadeth Saito versus Halloween Sato. Okay. Oh yeah, Saito and Sato. Yeah. Geez, those leotards are a little bit sparse, aren't they? Well, moving on. Yeah, those Mega Drive bell sounds. Yeah, baby. Oh, suplex right off the bat. That's rude. Is that a suplex? Yeah, I think it is. Alright, Gibbon, now you can talk about wrestling. How familiar are you with the Japanese Joshi scene? Joshi being women. Yeah, that was rad. Boom. Gibbon says he's not super familiar. That's okay. Cool feature in this game, the commentators in the upper right of the screen. Apparently we have Random Dude and Colonel Sanders. I think later on they have other kinds of novelty ones. There was the Asmic mascot dragon character that we saw on the title screen, who later appears as a guest commentator, a little dragon, cute dragon. Okay. So her stamina's down, pinned, but only a 1 count. Too bad. Yeah, you can see me biting the chain in my character portrait there. She's like the hardcore punk type character. Oh, the reverse pin, yes! Ah, she broke out. These matches usually take a while. Oh, submission hold. How can you even tap out of that position? Her arms aren't free. What am I supposed to do there? Should I have been hitting a button? I don't know. Oh, I've been knocked out. I better get back in. Unless I can find a chair outside here or something. Ouch. After that 10 count, I'm going to be disqualified. Pile driver. Get back in, please. Oh no. Wait, 11? 12? How many does this count go to? How do I get in? How do I get in? Okay, I'm in. I was kind of hoping I would be eliminated so I can move on to the next game, actually. Don't want to spend too long in any one of these games. But, yeah. So Gibbon says he's only familiar with Bullet Club and Okada and the Japanese pros that have come to the US. So that's, I guess, worth mentioning is that compared to Western pro wrestling, the Japanese scene is a little bit more I guess serious and not about I don't know, they still have larger than life personalities and stuff, but from what I read, I also am not familiar with the scene too much, but I think, oh, okay, it's just a bit more, you know, quote unquote proper wrestling, you know, if I can say that, but even though that's a bit disparaging, but that's not what I mean, you know, whatever. Anyway, I guess that's enough. That was Cutie Suzuki no Ringside Angel by Copia System, also known as Shangri-La. So now we're going to do, I think all the rest of them are on the SNES. That's just how it worked out. So Fire Pro Joshi is coming up. And I always change the window because I am so profesh. Yes, Human Entertainment, if you managed to catch that. The next two games are by Human Entertainment, who I played their game Clock Tower last year. They also are responsible for Kabuki Quantum Fighter, which I have had my eye on for a little bit. And the Conveni, where it's a simulation where you run a convenience store. No, comp. Oh, it's just, yeah. One-on-one is fine. Oh, wow. So here we have digitized likenesses. And you can see that they do really go all in on the costuming. Who shall I pick? Is that Cutie Suzuki? I don't know. There are so many. Oh, there's even a Westerner. Ooh, masked. Oh, and I think these are slots for custom. Oh, no. Wait. I don't know what that is. I like the sticking up hair. Why not? Oh, nuts. The one time, like, A is back and B is forward. Moon Salt Press. Yes. What's going on? Oh, I'm in 2-player mode for some reason. Dang it. I couldn't escape that state because it was waiting for an input from player 2. Oh, wow. Given saying they do strong style in Japan, which involves actually getting punched and kicked instead of half faking it. Gee whiz. Player, computer. Yeah, that says computer. Oh, okay. Alright, so that's how that works. I don't know. You didn't know anybody here, did you, Given? I like this lady with a mask. Let's pick her. Who cares what any of that says? Let's play Fire Pro Joshi All-Star Dream Slam from 1994. Human Entertainment. So, like I said, there's all real likenesses here. This, I did write down what league this is. This is the Zen Nippon Joshi Pro Desu circuit, or All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling is the name of the company. Now, they were listed on Wikipedia as a major company or label or whatever. As compared to the other license that a lot of the games that I'm playing today are based on, JWP, which is labeled as independent. But the funny thing is that the Zenjo, as it's sometimes called, as short for Zen Nippon Joshi, actually isn't around anymore. They folded in 2005, although they had been around for a long time before that, since 1968. And compared to that, JWP, which stands for Joshi Women Pro Wrestling. Okay, I don't know what JWP stands for, but they're labeled as independent, and they started in 1992 rather. So not too long before these games were being made. But they are apparently still around as of 2017. I'm not sure if they are currently still active. But I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to the gameplay, actually, because I was looking at the notes and stuff and just talking. But this is a very different style of game, we can tell already. It's not side-on, it's isometric. The commentators are there, but they're not saying much that I can tell. And there's no bars and health bars and stuff. Ooh. Whoa! Okay, I gotta respect that. Let me back in. Yeah, I remember, because, you know, it's pro wrestling. Yeah, Given says this is set before he was paying attention to Japanese wrestling. But everyone knows professional wrestling is semi-scripted. You know, outcomes are predetermined. They're about putting on a good show and doing, you know, the flashy moves and play fighting in a sense. Even though, of course, it requires a lot of strength and athleticism and stuff. But it seems like every wrestling video game has you play out a match as if you're actually doing it, you know? Okay, so we lost. That's fine. Like I said, time is tight for this last bit, so we'll move on to the next one. And I'll continue my thought there in a second. Okay, so that was Fire Pro Joshi, and now we're doing Super Fire Pro Wrestling Queens Special. But this is also by Human Entertainment later on. So it'll be a similar engine but refined, I guess. That was 1994, this is 1995. Also uses the Zenjo stable of wrestlers. The one that they did after this, which has an incredibly long name that I didn't write down. Challenge the Red Belt. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, the next game they did was a crossover between JWP and Zenjo, like I said. But I couldn't find a ROM for that, unfortunately. We'll do a single match. Oh, we don't have the digitized faces. In fact, it's a lot harder to tell who's who now. But you can still make out differences. Oh, somebody's got a big mask. And these are all supposedly based on real people. Wait. Am I choosing myself and an opponent? Why are they duplicated? Anyway. Are they? Or do they just look similar? There was someone with the same mask. Maja Kongu. I'm gonna pick Kong. So we can make this another unofficial Donkey Kong game. Actually, it's pretty rude to call a human a Kong, but that's her stage name. Yes, absolutely, Gibbon. Remember, kids, just because it's scripted doesn't mean the performers aren't actually doing amazing feats of strength, acrobatics, and body control on top of the legit character acting and on a stage that can be seen from all sides. Yes, theatre in the round. Yes, it absolutely requires a lot of training, physicality, impressive prowess, and like you said, yes, also being a character and being a show person. But anyway, the point I was making was that aspect of the pro wrestling experience is never represented in a video game because you're always playing through it as if you're fighting a person and trying to win. I believe it was on the podcast Midnight Resistance, a British gaming podcast that's over now, unfortunately, but one of the hosts was a big fan of pro wrestling, and Andy Hamilton, and one of the big points that he made once on an episode was, wouldn't it be interesting to have a game where part of the idea is that you're told in advance who should win, and it's a different, there'll be different gameplay systems where the fact that it's scripted comes into it, like you'll be asked to do certain moves at certain times, and if you're scripted to lose, you have to lose, but then there'll be a management component in between matches where you get paid a certain amount for doing well or something, something like that. Oh, I'm in a hold. I've been held. No, don't give in. Oh, nasty. Okay, that's what I did to that other lady before. This is not nice. And yeah, pro wrestlers will absolutely get hurt. It's part of the job. And that's what makes it all more impressive. You have to both fake getting hurt and actually deal with getting hurt and possibly injured. But as far as I know, there's never been a game that really leans into the fact that it's, you know, both fighting and entertainment, and makes that part of the game mechanics. But man, oh man, I'll tell you what, there are a lot of pro wrestling games on the Super Nintendo, the original Nintendo, all consoles from that era, coming out of Japan. Actually, I think Way Forward did a wrestling game. I've been playing tons of Way Forward games on my own time, but they did like, it was on the Game Boy Color or Advance, I don't remember which, but it was a beat 'em up where you pick one of the WWF wrestlers at the time and progress through stages, Oh, rough. Oh no. Oh! Ah, you missed. Yeah, take that. Pin. Wait. Oh. Okay, so... Oh. Yeah, I don't know what the buttons are. I've been button mashing, but there are specific inputs, like X will make you run and bounce off the rope, and then... Yeah, whatever. What's the time? Oh, yeah, we're running late, so let's move on. That match isn't over, but that might take a while. So, next we're going to... Where is it? This one. Change the window. This one is called JWP, Joshi Pro Pure Wrestle Queens, by Jalico, which is a company that I don't think I have represented on the stream before, but it's certainly one that has a lot of games that I want to play on stream, like City Connection, Momoko 120%, Ninja Jajamaru, Ginga Daisaksen, not to give away all my future plans. They also published Pinball Quest, which I also intend to play, and Saiyuki World 1 and 2, which Gibbon will know is a port of Wonder Boy, one of the Wonder Boy games. I don't remember which one. At least Saiyuki World 1 is. And then they made a sequel, Saiyuki World 2, which is an original game based on the first one, which was then localized as Wampum. Anyway, yes, normal match. Let's do it. Only Gib Uppu. Oh yeah, I'm cycling through them. Normal's fine. Yeah, let's just get to the action, shall we? So, this is our introduction to a new wrestling league. We were doing Zenjo, now we're in... Oh, okay. Hang on a second, that doesn't make sense. That says Cutie Suzuki, right? How can Cutie Suzuki no Ringside Angel have been in 1990 if the JWP didn't exist until 92? Oh, because she must have been on the scene in a different company before JWP got formed, and then she joined JWP. That makes sense. So we've seen her before. We might even see other familiar faces if we were... Oh, there's a clown. Okay. Oh, and a lucha. Interesting. How can I pick one? There are so many. I don't want to be the clown, but I think I have to be. Oh no, I picked double clowns. Let's not do double clowns. Let's reverse a little bit. Yeah, we'll do lucha. That's cool. Sorry, we'll get the names here. I'll do this properly. Porisho Ikido. Porisho Ikido. Polish kid? No. I don't know. Pass. Sorry. Accidentally picked that again. Commando Borishoi. Oh, it's Borishoi. Borishoi. So are these two related? I don't know. Whatever. Gibbon's actually telling me most of the more recent games have a career mode. Oh boy, we have intro music and stuff in this version. Wow. Oh, that's right. The Zenjo versus JWP game that Human did, that was on the PC Engine CD, actually. Who knows what they did with the CD format. Yeah. So there's a lot of other games that are wrestling themed, or some other games, but the gameplay isn't quite as much direct control. The Wrestle Angels series, for instance, is all about managing a wrestler and not directly controlling them in a match, but you get sort of cards that you play, and it's sort of strategy or card-based, turn-based thing. And the cards tell them what to do. I don't know if that really counts for what I was talking about in terms of really simulating what being a pro wrestler is actually about, because I think the objective is still to win. Man, I can't do anything here. Oh, reversal. Nope. Did I... What? Oh. Oh. Spend a lot more time on the ground in this in this game. Oh yeah, there you can see the tagline of JWP. Pure heart, pure wrestling. Which tells you something about the intention of that league. Oh. Let me see, I didn't have any other notes about this, but I think this is probably the best looking of the wrestling games that I've played so far, in terms of the sprites and the art design and such. Looks very nice. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I missed. Yes, I did a move. Pin. Oh, of course, it's way too early. But again, we have no bars, only our portraits at the top of the screen, which don't really tell you anything. Yes! I didn't care if that hit me, I just wanted to see it happen. Alright, I lost. That was over quickly, actually. But you know what? She earned that victory. That was very good. Okay. So why don't we move on to the final game that I have for today. And it's another Japanese SNES women's wrestling game. This one is called... It has a much snappier, catchier name, I gotta say. By Vari. It's called Stardust Suplex. Title screen, please. Okay, we got an animation first. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so this is a bit more of an anime style. That takes them away from the realism a little bit, but the playable characters here are all actually still based on real... Let's do a battle royale. That'll be fun. Whoops. I couldn't go back, so I just rewound a bit. Yes. 1 on 3. Yeah, but they are based on real people's likenesses, but with different names. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. Wait, who's that? Oh. Yeah, I think we've seen her in another game. In the anime style, a lot of them look pretty similar, actually. Let me see. Who shall we pick? Oh, Beauty Mutsuki I know is based on Cutie Suzuki. So that's the kind of name change that they've done. Not too different. She's the only one with a different hair color, so I just want to pick her to stand out better, you know? We'll throw her in, and... Oh, Raja Tonga. That might be based on Maja Kongu, who I was playing as before. Let's throw her in too. Great. I feel like I've sort of gained a knowledge of the rosters of Japanese pro women's wrestling in the 90s just from playing these different games. And you see them pop up again. That's fun. Alright, Battle Royale should be nice and hectic. Oh, the spiked shoulder pads. I should have gone with her. Oh my goodness, what is going on? The frame rate is very low. Who am I again? Okay, I'm Blonde Lady. Let's do this. Button mash. Yeah, this is quite different, isn't it? Yeah, it's more about initiating these grapples, I guess. I do have a punch, but the grapples seem to be happening a lot, and then you have to do something to, you know, come out on top of that. That's definitely one way to do a wrestling game, and a lot of them do it that way. And yes, many bars. I've been talking about not having bars, but everyone's got 2 bars now. Oh. Well, at least there's more going on screen with 4 people at once. Oh! She exploded. Okay. That's cool. Oh, somebody got eliminated. I think in a battle royale, if you leave the ring, you're out. Oh. Yes. You can see the league name on the written on the ring there. The Vari Ladies Professional Wrestling League. A fake one that they made up because, of course, Vari is the developer. Oh. I'm doing badly. My green bar is very low, which I assume is like health or something. Oops. Oh, somebody exploded. Again. A pin. Ah, that didn't last long. Kick. That's an awesome kick. I want to land this kick. Yes, I did it! Sweet. Taunt! Yes! Okay, this is cool. I'm into this. The referee has barely any moving animation, but that's okay. It's actually impressive. He must have tiny wheels on the bottom of his shoes. Or her shoes, I'm not sure. The referee seemed to be a man in most of these games, at least. But I can tell just from some of the character designs of the people here that sometimes the women can be a little bit androgynous. Which is fine. I'm gonna let this happen. She broke out just... Oh no, she didn't. She actually got pinned and left. Because she was eliminated. So now it's just me and... What was it? Tonga? Kong? It's based on the Mahjong Kongu. Whoa! Flying kick! Oh no! This is so close. But my yellow bar is really full. Oh no! Oh no! Yes! Come on. Oop. Oh, she has no health. Pin, pin. How do I pin? Oh no, she got back up. Oh, ooh, nasty. Ha, only one. Yes. Now pin. Nope, wrong button. Pin? No. Pin. 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 Oh, I don't know how to pin. Uh-oh. My green bar's empty. She knows how to pin. That's how you win, people. Know how to pin. Well, that about does it. This was a longer than usual stream, but I had a lot of fun and I played a whole heck of a lot of games. Hope you could keep up with the breakneck pace. But yeah, what was your favorite from all of these? I think my favorite was maybe Tōki Denshō because of the visuals, but SNK Gals Fighters made me feel like I was doing well even though I was button mashing as well. And Jurassic Park looked cool and you could play as a dinosaur, so that was rad. But yeah, that's the end of the stream. Thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you next week for more not platforming game action fun. See you then. Bye.